I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
Oh God, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
How about Vince McMahon coming back like typical fashion, like his own character, and just re-ruining the WWE. Literally, Stephanie's gone now. He literally was just like, he literally said "F you" to everybody, and then was like, Triple H, you're cool, you can stay and do what you're doing. Everybody else they were all like chilling, having a ball, doing their own thing. You know, you gotta imagine like making the company great. It's been going good. And, they're getting all the adult crowd back, and then all of a sudden, Vince McMahon kicked down the door like his... no chance! He just comes in, still strutting somehow at like 87 or whatever.
This is the first time I've ever wished death on that.
I don't blame you, man.
As soon as he was like, oh yeah, I'm coming back, I was like, dude, you just saw that they were doing better without your fuck ass for 8 months. And decided to come and just be a child. That's all you did.
I want to say, like, just it's so funny to me, the idea of like everybody in a boardroom just nonchalantly having a great time, being like, so what are we planning for this Monday Night Raw? But okay, well, first of all, talent acquisition, let's see what we've been dealing with. And all of a sudden, it's that beginning of Vince McMahon's music, the ominous dun, dun. They're all like, what the fuck? Did you set up speakers in here? No chance. Kicks in the door, starts strutting around, and they're all like, oh my god. I thought he died.
We gotta put him in a fucking home and make sure he can't get out.
We need DX. DX has gotta kill him again. Remember when DX killed them in like 2008?
Blowing up the limo.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought he for real died.
I made it convincing.
Yeah, I looked at my father and I was like, oh, somebody for real killed him. Oh my god. But my father, like, I think he was just like trying to help me buy into it. And he was like, he's a rich man, son. And people are out to get him. I mean, that can happen to you. And I was like, no way. I remember when he came back, my father wasn't watching. I came back. I ran out to the living room. I was like, he's back from the dead. He is Jesus Christ himself. He's risen. Trying to be like you, my boy.
No business buying this many games that's coming out in February, so I'm already not looking forward to it.
No business at all, sir. You have
no business.
None of the business.
Zero.
How's business doing? It's a joke. You don't have none.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like The Rock. It's like that's how Rock would. That's The Rock trying out his catchphrases. Yeah, he tried that one too. He was like, no, that somebody's done that before. How's your day going? Your day's on. No, that's not gonna work either. Just say good. No, that's not good enough. That's
sounds threatening.
The weave it.
Huge.
Do you think that somebody wrote those catchphrases for The Rock in the beginning, or you think that's just all natural off the top of the dome?
No.
You think so? Really?
Someone
You
wrote
write it? Okay.
No, I think there's no way in hell somebody was in a writing room and thought of the word jabroni or Rudy Poo. There's no way.
Yeah.
Jabroni is a term.
Nobody thought to call him the pie-eating best, as an adjective, That wasn't a writer's creation. That was The Rock himself. Only The Rock's gonna call himself one of the best pie-eating sons of bitches around.
I guess.
That's bars.
Bars.
He did come out with a rap song. It's about pride. It's about Zion. It's about money. It's about acting roles. It's about Kevin Hart.
Never lose.
It's about
in my contract.
Yes, sir. Well,
About pride. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
Okay, Ian actually really likes the song.
I mean, the song is pretty bars.
That's I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's
And take what's ours, I think, is that next part.
Maybe.
Not sure.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of memes on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've also seen a lot of memes, but I still haven't learned this. You learned the song from the memes. That's so funny.
Me, 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 me,
Me, me, me, me, me. Me, 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 me. Okay, Bam Margera. Clip him in. Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me. Fucking drugs are ruining my life.
Shut up. Shut up, Abe. Ape.
That's crazy. He really called his mom by her first name, and then he called his dad Dad. It's like, what? What?
He called him Phil all the time.
Yeah. Just wild.
Yeah.
Like my biological parents, if I ever called them by their first names, they would have beat the shit out of me.
You're absolutely done.
It's a weird.
I
That's
did
a
it
weird thing.
as an adult. And my dad, he got so fucking upset. I was like, "Hey, Greg," and he was like, "What the fuck did you just call me?" And I was like, "Dad."
I don't understand that. Like, what is it that the parents got like from that? Like, they just that's like they needed that control over being called dad or mom.
Yeah, because they're dad. It's dad to you.
I understood when
Not Greg to you.
I understood when like parents or like my parents would get like mad when I would say things like "hey" or like things like that. I'd be like, "Hey, can you grab me that from the kitchen?" And they would turn around from the other side and go, "Who's Hey? I don't know who Hey is." I'd be like, "Dad, Mom, I don't know. I just want
Parents
just
never
want
did
my
that.
apple juice."
I'm 8.
Boys, we're back together. The boys are back in town. We're coming in very low energy, though. Very low energy.
Low
for the
energy.
first- Low energy. Woo!
Kind of fast.
You fist bump me. See, there's space for both of you.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know.
I'm
on,
not
I'm
sure
trying
where
to
we
get
are.
there.
Like,
Gotcha.
like I'm on the bottom.
Yeah.
There we
Well,
go.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah. You are.
Most of the time. You know me. I'm a giver.
Oh, too much. But it's good to be back. Throwing Hands, first episode back of the year. Plenty for us to talk about. Honestly, we could sit here and talk shit for days because it's just been so long since we've sat and all talked.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
Damn.
I've learned enough.
Typical Ian, classic Ian. Wow, the jokes are still the same. They're all still everything's.
Everything's the same.
New Year?
Same shit. You're welcome.
You get consistency here. If you get anything else, if you get nothing else here, you get consistency. If you,
How
you,
do I
You
make
gotta be consistent.
you should be consistent if nothing else. What are you going on about over there, Darnell? Are we already not? Are we already not entertaining enough for you?
No,
Every
I'm
day
not.
with
I'm
this
being
guy.
old.
Are you not entertained?
Oh shit. Yeah, sorry. I'm just tired. I had a rough weekend.
What'd you do this weekend?
I stayed up way too fucking long
Hell yeah.
to go to someone's house, so I didn't have to drive to a birthday party the next day. And then I slept on an uncomfortable couch,
Okay.
and then I was chosen by 3 cats, so that was cool.
Well, sounds a lot like Ian's weekend, to be honest with you.
And then I went to said birthday party, and then I went to see Megan. And yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, before she turned into Carly, so.
Hilarious. I was gonna say I always love Darnell always loves to give like specifics of people he went and saw where we're like, yes sir.
You know those people.
I love it. It's a very good way to tell stories where like I'd be like it fucks up my stories. Like he just commits to it. I just go like, and I went to go see this person that I've known for a long time, and they're like, okay, I don't know who that is. I'm like, yeah, no, but I guess it's not that important, right? But I've over explained it now.
Yeah, fuck Megan.
Yeah,
I don't
Megan.
know. She fucked up a lot of people in that movie. It was pretty OD.
Oh, you went and saw the movie Megan.
I thought
Oh.
I thought it was a person.
Yeah, I know. I knew he was right there with me. I
That's
knew
fair.
it.
That's fair. I definitely thought you guys knew that I was talking about the movie, so
How
that's
was
my
it?
fault.
I really want to see that. How was
Okay.
I've never even heard of
There's
it.
two
It's really
movies
good.
I gotta watch with Reese right now. It's Megan and The Menu. Gotta really see those two movies. Megan.
The menu's on HBO Max now, so if you
Yeah,
guys
we
have
lost
that,
our HBO Max now.
damn.
But I mean, I could just. I'll be able to find a stream for it. Hint, hint. I mean, yeah, legally, of course, legally.
Allegedly.
It's legal stream.
Allegedly, yeah. Always legal streaming.
Was it about a doll?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about like it look. I thought it was going to be about a sex doll. But
It's a robot. No, they do. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. They do have a scene where it gets a little fucking creepy,
hot.
and then you're like, "Hey, hold on a minute, guys."
Hey, woo, woo.
A little bit of doll fucking going on.
How old is this doll projected to be in this movie?
They don't give a specific age, but they do constantly say she's 4 feet tall, and it's just like,
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That don't.
but yeah, it gets
That's
specific about
that's
her.
a
Ian's
little
favorite.
person.
Like yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry, YouTube. You gotta bleep that out.
that's Ian's ideal height. So I mean, you're right there with it. So.
A doll? Walking fleshlight. But
God, that's so true.
Jesus
Man,
Christ.
that is really
segueing on to
true.
this next.
Man, like I got things here. Let's start. Let's just get
Whoa,
the.
whoa, hey, whoa! That wasn't in the script.
This guy's
What
good with
about-
the
You got-
props.
we're
This
going
guy's
off
good
the
with. He's got
rails?
the props. He looks around the room. He finds a prop. He uses it. There you go. God, here he goes.
Not
Again.
on this one either.
I thought you were gonna start making
Like a paper airplane and be like, hold on, this one's gonna take a minute.
This is gonna.
And then you open it back up like, oh, these are court papers. Need that. You guys want to talk about the card and get that out of the way? The card to start the year, the card that was, I don't know, I guess apparently that was a Kelvin Gastelum card and then it got saved by Sean Strickland.
Yep, man's apparently got some teeth knocked out during some training, but he also
Sean?
Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, Kelvin, because he posted a picture like right after it was announced he got pulled out, but also apparently it looked like he had a staph infection on his fucking cheek also. So it's like, nigga, you weren't fighting, you really weren't, unless y'all somehow cleared that up within the 4 days before the fight.
You never
It
know.
was, yeah, you're not wrong. Well, I mean, what's his name? Luke Rockhold. He literally won the middleweight title on antibiotics for a staph infection. So it's definitely doable.
Well, he had antibiotics. He had an
Yeah.
he had an edge in the fight.
Oh no, he looked like
His
shit.
body wasn't fighting off any
He-
pathogens.
He looked like dog water. If Chris didn't throw that random ass fucking roundhouse kick, bro, like the fight would have maybe went on a little bit longer. But he did something uncharacteristic, and Luke was like, "The fuck," and just took him down.
I don't honestly didn't catch much of the beginning of this card, but there was, I know, a lot of good knockouts and some interesting things that happened. First of all, with the Sean Strickland fight, I was just explaining to Ian in that earlier in the night. I go, you know what's funny is like they were there's a fight I'll bring up specifically that kind of made this conversation happen, but I was like, I've never really seen them stop a fighter and be like, yo, there's something wrong with your gloves, because they always check the gloves. They always do a little hand glove check. I've never seen them be like, there's not. And then of course we're watching, and then they have to stop Sean Strickland and start cutting up his gloves. What was up with that? Our volume was down. We couldn't hear it. Did you hear what was going on with that?
No, I didn't even know that happened. To be
There's
honest,
just like
I
too
might
much
have been
tape
out of the
on it,
room.
because I've seen that before where they just cut off like extra
Yeah, it was
tape.
all like frayed and stuff. I think there was just like a regular maintenance thing of like, yo, it's all frayed. I don't know. I mean, obviously they let him continue, and he boxed him up.
I was
He's-
happy to see him actually fucking.
He had
fight.
loaded gloves. That's why he got gassed so quick, because he was throwing around extra weight.
He's weighted gloves. Yeah, he's going in some Rock Lee status. In the prelims, Claudio. He is. Claudio Ribeiro versus I'm gonna try
Who was
Abdul Razak
Oh.
Al Hassan.
Al-Hassan?
Yeah, you did pretty well there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Abdul Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul. um, so, did you watch this fight, Darnell? This specific one here?
Yeah, I did.
So,
I
I
did.
don't know about you, and I was saying to Reese, said I'm curious to see what Darnell's going to say about my opinion on this. I was mad. I was standing there with a beer in my hand, yelling at the screen like a dad watching a college football game because this man was. I mean, he's standing there, and who was that? His mom, his like sister, his wife. She's just
I have no idea.
giving him that long. And again, our volumes were down. We were on
Oh
Discord.
my god,
and stuff.
that was so bad.
And she's giving him this long ass speech, just taking up all the time in the world.
Didn't she slap him a couple of times
Gave him
too?
a couple slaps. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
typical.
was this in the corner?
No, this is
No, this was after,
before.
like just after walking
Yeah,
out.
like just after walking out, like when they're doing.
Before
all
he went
the,
to go see the
Oh, so
or
it's basically pulled a Clay Guida.
Yes.
Okay.
And then of course, like, so she's taking up nice. My man, he you tell him to make a prop, he makes a prop.
yeah, he commits.
Let's see it fly. Take off.
Oh,
It's at
Mayday.
we're good.
I mean, so I put all my eggs in the basket with Al Hassan over here because I can't stand. Listen, and it's not about Brazilians in general. It's just a lot of Brazilian fighters do this where they tend to take up all the time in the world for their like rituals they have, and it's always slow and it's always so selfish in my opinion because the other fighter made the walk like a normal person, did the hand dap, said thank you to their coaches, good luck, everything. And then you get these
Like
other dudes
at the
who,
most, like gives hugs and
Yeah.
like the fist bumps. That's it
to
for the
quote
most part.
to quote Chris D'Elia, you're not the man on fire. You're not that guy. You're not John Jones.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not Jose Aldo. You're not Max Holloway. You're not Israel Adesanya. You don't get to make these slow walks and do whatever you want when you're on the damn prelims, my guy. And then luckily he gets absolutely bum rushed by Alessandro, and he destroys him, and it made me feel so good. Did you didn't even care? I'm assuming you probably were just watching it like I don't care. I'm trying to play Call of Duty in the background or something.
No, I was fighting to stay awake, honestly, because I had to be somewhere at fucking 12:30 at night. So like I was trying not to fall asleep with the fights on.
Right.
But I did catch this fight because I think I turned it on because I started getting alert. I didn't expect the card to start so early. It started like fucking 4.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
So I was getting alerts for like the first 2 fights. I was like, oh shit, let me fucking turn this stuff on finally. But yeah, I didn't see the walk-ins. I just saw just like the fight itself, and this guy get fucking
Well, now you know he deserved
turned
to
into
get
a
what
spot
he
of
got.
grease.
Yes.
He deserved it.
Because I think from what I was seeing before, like before the fight actually started, you know, they do like promos and stuff, and he was on Dana White looking for a fight. So I was like, oh, I guess they're just kind of putting the hype behind this dude right now.
Right.
And then he dies. Like 10
And
minutes
then he
later.
died.
So good. That's what he gets.
So, yeah, but actually, Abdul had a pretty hype ass what do you post fight interview? Not like after the fight, but like during the press conference. And he just like immediately went off on Joaquin Buckley. I guess they fought at some point before, I guess, getting to the UFC, and he talked a lot of shit.
Okay.
So he wants to run away with Joaquin Buckley for sure.
I'd like
Like
that.
he was pissed. Like this man did something to his family or something.
Yeah, right. It's real personal. It runs deep in that case.
Yeah, it was like, oh Jesus Christ, bro, what happened?
I like that. I like a guy who can find a way to
Or he
make it
lost to
personal.
him and he's upset.
Yeah.
No,
And-
because all I caught from it was like he was calling him a bitch, and then he was like, if you talk that much shit saying you're gonna knock somebody out, then you better knock them the fuck out. So I get he might not have knocked him out, or
Yeah. We'll have to look into that and figure that out because
I don't know.
No, yeah. But I mean, hey, it's personal enough. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Make it
for
that
sure.
make it that sell. Then that's all. We don't need to like really know why or all the details. We just know it's that personal. Fucking see that heat, see that fire. It's good enough to sell for me. Umar Nurmagomedov, was that his debut, right? Or was this just like how many fights does he have in the UFC? Do we know?
No.
Oh, I have no idea. I think
What?
he was already. I
That was
think
his
he's
first
been in
fight.
the
That
UFC
was
for a
that was his,
minute, but
that was his
No.
debut.
okay.
So
And then he did a good fucking job on his
Oh
debut.
wait, no,
Oh,
he
yeah.
has 2 fights.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
2 other fights. Sorry.
Okay, so it's third fight. I mean, Khabib, they did a little. I think we were talking about. I think in the chat, but I think, or maybe me and you were talking about it on Discord. Was they showed that at one point in the night they showed a little card that had everybody who's in Khabib's camp in the UFC right now. It's so many. It's
Oh
like
my
7
God.
dudes. It's crazy.
But what's even crazier is that we can't even say Khabib camp anymore
What do you mean?
because that
That's what they said.
yeah,
Or no. It's all their last names are Nurmagomedov.
no.
No.
Khabib like completely stepped away
Was
from
it?
fighting. Like he's retired from coaching now. Like he just wants to focus
No
strictly
way.
on family. So he's
That's
out.
wild.
He's
He's not
gone,
even.
and it's just like,
What?
what the fuck? Yeah, I
Breaking
don't know what
news
happened.
over here for me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like throughout
Connor.
Is he's for real gone? It's a
I
bait.
want fuck.
Yo, it's a bait. Connor comes
Yeah.
out and the Khabib's like, I think it's time for me to step
I
back.
fight one more time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so now people are questioning how good Islam's gonna do next month, or I guess that fight's in March.
Yeah, I think I think all his guys are honestly going to do just fine. I think some of them are not going to do. Obviously, we've seen one of his guys just get destroyed in the heavyweight division.
Robert.
And but Umar's is obviously really good. Islam's really good. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be a takeover that they thought it was. I think they need Khabib for that. You need Khabib in the camps to be there to motivate these guys.
Well, yeah, because if they're just going off of what he said before, then it's going to be like a really bad game of telephone until, it's, completely not how he would be teaching.
Yeah. Overall, good card. Roman Kopylov, KO. Dan Ige. Thank you.
Ige.
You made those words up. I finally watched that video. I was scrolling through the throwing hands chat today, and I was just like, what's this that he said that this is me every time? You made those words up. yes, that is me. And let me say that I honestly forgot who Nurmagomedov Imavov is, but I remember the last time I watched him fight, I was like, this guy's the tits. Like, this guy's so good. And I forgot he was that guy until I, like, halfway through the fight, I was just like, oh, I just recognize his face is all. I just remember him now. And then, that was in between him getting absolutely boxed. Like, just straight, I don't want to say box, it was like MMA boxing. Just straight MMA boxed to death, Do you guys have a favorite fight pick? Let's say if you already picked Sean Strickland fight, not that one. Do you have a different fight pick that's not Sean Strickland? That's a favorite fight of that card?
Dan Ige fight, because apparently Damon like DM Dan like, yo, let's get this fight going, and he's like, all right. Gets fucked up in the third. Oh no, actually the second. Like he caught him with the most stiffest hook.
Didn't Damon like get super eye poked in that fight? In this fight?
No, it wasn't even a fucking eye poke. He was just getting punched in the fucking face. And then
Dude,
the Sean
when they
O'Malley
pulled
treatment,
him when they pulled him to the side, they were like they apparently his gloves were like around the knuckles or like where his fingers were at. Apparently somehow like that was sticking out more. So when he was hitting him in the like face and he was hitting him with the uppercuts and the clinch, it was fucking up his eyes a little bit. But it's like
Right.
You're getting punched. Unless he like, because even in the replay, they couldn't even pinpoint what the fuck happened. Like usually an eye poke, people don't fucking close their hands and shit. None of that was going on. It was just like, no, nigga, you just getting punched.
It might have just like scratched, like the part of the glove might have scratched his eye, and he might have thought it was a fingernail.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah.
And even that, they still check your toes and your fingers before you even get in the damn cage.
Yeah.
And if they're too long, they cut them right there on the spot.
I've
But
seen that
yeah,
happen a couple
he still
times.
got
It's
fucked
funny.
on.
I've seen guys get kicked out of jiu-jitsu classes, or like
Damn.
told to go home, like because they haven't they don't have their toenails clipped or anything. I've only seen that happen once actually, but I have seen it. They asked the guy if he had any toenail clippers. He said no, and they were like, "You need to go home then." And then they sat there and told us all that was that supremacy. And they were like, and it is important to do that in fighting.
That's wild. Was I there with you?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like one of my first job, if you had like you weren't allowed to have like facial hair, like you could only have a mustache.
Ugh.
And they tried to send me home because I hadn't like I hadn't gone
They
to get
want
a
you
haircut.
clean shaved every single
Yeah, and like
day.
I looked at them and I'm like, you realize I walk home, right? And they're like, yeah, we want you to go home. And I was like, all right, whatever, bro. Cool.
I
I
would be like,
don't
I'm not
care.
coming back.
It's like y'all are shorthanded tonight, not me. It's cool. I'm
Ugh,
only 19. I can deal
That's
with a day
wild.
without being having a fucking job.
crazy.
And after I said that, they were like, okay, never mind. Just make sure you get it cleaned up tomorrow. And I was like, all right. As soon as
Mr.
I said
Car
you're gonna
Wash
be
was like that.
shorthanded, they were like, "Oh shit, he's right. No one else is gonna get called in." It's like, yeah, bitch.
What was this job that was making you
It
only
was
have a mustache?
Genghis Grill.
What?
Genghis Grill.
Where's that?
Apparently they
You
don't
made those
exist in
words up.
Florida anymore. They moved out of the state and they changed the last one's name to like Mongolian Grill instead. It's weird as shit because it's out in Lakeland. Like
Oh, okay, that's why.
they had the one I worked at was in Brandon, then there was one in Carrollwood, and then they built the Lakeland one recently, and that changed the name of it. I don't know what happened,
It's wild.
but that was back in 2014. So
Yeah, UFC, ESPN. Let me say this before we move on, because I was ranting and raving that on this night, and this is I'm beating a drum that's already been beaten many, many times. But
He's kicking a dead horse.
yeah, I'm kicking it. Thank you. I was like, what's that expression? I can't. I hate you, Dana White. I don't like you, fam. I was sitting there explaining to Reese and Ian Ian knows this, but he just forgets because he's just like not in he doesn't care. Like he's like I don't and I neither do I. I just know because it
Not that I
infuriates
don't
me.
care. I'm dumb.
Okay, sure. I was trying to give you an out, but that's.
We all know it.
right near me.
My
Get out of
memory,
here.
no es bueno.
But I was sitting there telling her, I was like, so yeah, this is an ESPN Plus card, and I'm like, yeah, so you can't get the pay-per-views. Still, you have to pay for the pay-per-views separately. ESPN Plus, you need to get that as a subscription, so that way you can see these prelims without having to stream the fights illegally, which nobody here does, and nobody in the world does, of course, obviously. So you have to pay for that subscription. And then I was explaining to her, but they have this thing called Fight Pass, which it's like if you want to see like Eddie Bravo Invitational, Glory Kickboxing, the Dana White Contender, like all these shows, and then of course the fight library of all your favorite fighters.
Not just the cats.
Yeah. Assholes. And of course, you get the fight library of all your favorite fighters, and you see every single fight, and that's like another $4.99. So you got $4.99 for the fucking Fight Pass. Then you're paying $7.99 for ESPN Plus, which some people will go, oh, I bundle it with my Hulu and all that. I'm like, okay, so $11.99 for everything then, and then if you want to pay for the pay per view, of course, like how they want you to do, then you got to pay for like another $80. It's the most insane money grubby thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it's.
I personally blame the mouse.
Oh yeah.
To pay for pay-per-views on top of ESPN.
Hey Dana, how's it going?
And then obviously the extra $5 hike. It's like, you son of why?
Dana, I can make you some real good money. You're gonna have to do some things that are really gonna piss people off. But it's gonna be great.
You're gonna have to give up a lot of your morals.
You're gonna slap your wife.
Dana, you're gonna freak out. Your wife's gonna want to slap you. You're not gonna want to slap her back, because we're not gonna. We'll take care of you. Boys, big news. Such big news. I mean, the fights that have been announced. I mean, the things that have been going on. Let's start by talking about John Jones is back and Ngannou out. Basically, what Dana said when John was like, he walked in fully good, everything's good, fight confirmed, everything, and John was like, I'm back.
let's do it. And Dana was like, Ngannou, you're out of here. I'm not risking it. Get out.
Oh my god.
What are
Yeah.
are we still
But
hyped
who cares?
even without without the Ngannou threat? I mean, I've said it in the past with how much hate I have for John Jones. The only thing I would care to see him in is heavyweight. Heavyweight comeback, I'm good. And that's what we're going to get.
It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath for that first fight. That's for fucking sure. Because it's just like,
Well, yeah, John's just gonna murder this guy.
No,
yeah,
but
'cause
how
everyone's
crazy
just
will
like,
it
if
be?
he got taken down by Francis, it's like John knows how to actually. His whole background was wrestling before he learned how to strike.
Yeah, he got grapple fucked by Francis, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like he like got held down
Yeah,
by
pretty
Francis.
much.
Yeah, John will be able to do
Yeah,
that too.
definitely.
But I mean, what about the odds of just like submitting John out of nowhere with some crazy like Kimura or like like random fly armbar or triangle or maybe even like keeping the distance? And what if he's like really practicing? Like he's gonna practice, like he's gonna train, like he just really trains to stuff John's takedowns. I mean,
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I know.
It's just because like heavyweights are mostly striking for the most part, and then you have those few who do know how to wrestle or they're pretty good at jiu-jitsu. But John just, yeah, even at light heavyweight, he took people down at will. Like it wasn't really a struggle for him to do it ever. He just did it. And then it's just like, do you want to stay on the ground with him because he's pretty decent at jiu-jitsu, or do you want to just stand and bang? And we've seen early, like young John, just he did things to people. He wanted to do it. He did it.
Young
pretty
John
much.
survived first round Vitor steroid bum rush. You know, everybody knows the thing with
And
Vitor.
almost broke his arm.
Yeah,
And almost
exactly.
super hyperextended.
Oh,
And he's just
100%.
like, I'm good.
And still just that's saying something, because like I would tell anybody, I'm like, well, if it's Vitor, you better get out of the first. That's like, it's known, like you have to get out of the first round with Vitor and then you win. But otherwise, if you don't, like it means you got knocked out, unfortunately, or submitted. But yeah, especially at hype steroid times. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that Ngannou's gone, but I mean, I think he's going to do a lot better. I hear you were putting something in that he's going to Bellator, or he's trying to go to Bellator.
No, I'm just saying, like, he has a lot of options. Like,
I saw
Bellator offered to sign him.
Yeah, there's a new offer out for him.
bro, everybody. Like, literally, as soon as they got announced that he got released, Bellator, I think, won bare knuckle boxing. Like, they all really at him, like, hey, PFL did the same shit.
I don't know that if I fully blame Dana for this right now, because I know Ngannou was being pretty damn difficult with like negotiations, is what I've heard.
Yeah, because he wants money.
Yeah, but I mean,
no champ should be fighting for anything less than $1 million, honestly. And he got paid like $800,000 for, I think for the last fight, which is just like, why the fuck is a champion not? Why are they not fighting for like the big bucks? I can understand if you're not a champ and you're like
$800,000.
$800,000 is still pretty good. Plus his
if you offer me $800,000,
is that
boxers are getting paid
I will
that,
fight
like,
anyone
and early.
I don't care who you put in front of me. I will fight them for that much
That's
money.
because you're already poor. Like, you're just gonna do it. And
So
he was
poor.
Was he?
Exactly, but he was still knocking niggas out for the funsies.
For the funsies. You're not wrong there.
But once you reach that pinnacle level, like once you know your worth, getting lowballed is literally just getting like they're pissing on your feet and telling you.
I feel like I could have like $1 million, and if somebody offered me almost $1 million to fight someone, I would still just be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." What do you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. If I know my worth, especially I know the draw that I bring, bitch, I want more money.
That's why no one's gonna remember your name.
Hey, that's fine. I don't need to be remembered.
I'm gonna have that cashola. Gonna be rolling in quiche.
I
don't know about Ngannou though. I guess they can make just enough, just about the same money.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's not bad that he's leaving. It's like they got plenty of people that they can decide to fucking skyrocket, and instead of skyrocketing anybody, they were just like, "Hey, John, We're gonna throw this big ass
You
number
want to
at
just
you.
take over the division again?
Yeah, pretty much. And then on top of that, which I don't like that they do, is that they extended that man's contract, and it's like, do you really want to do that? He hasn't fought in 2 years,
I mean,
and now
yeah,
you extend him for 8 fight contract.
I have
It's
no
like,
confidence in him
I wouldn't
making
trust that.
any fight past this one fight. I feel like he makes it to this one fight, and then every fight after that, he has issues making it to until eventually he gets unsigned again or drops the
Damn.
title.
You think?
I think so. Yeah.
You don't think he learned from it? Maybe.
No, he just recently got more
I know,
charges for crazy shit. Like he just recently was beating his wife. Like I mean,
But
Well,
that
it's
that got dropped. There were no charges to begin with. It
That was
just
also like the
a
beginning of
story.
last year.
That was a story. We don't know what
Or
that
the
was
middle of
a
last
story.
year.
Okay, yeah.
Allegedly.
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 Shouts out. Hey, babe. Well, I was gonna ask you guys. That being said, there's been so many. That's one of the biggest news that got dropped that overshadowed, of course, this passing card. But I mean,
Shout out to
Ngannou.
the T-Mobile employee who fucked everything up.
Hey, what a legend. You got Jones and Ngannou in March, and then you got Leon Edwards and Usman 2 announced. Then you also got what was the other one that just got announced?
Justin Gaethje and
Yes.
Rafael Faval.
Yeah.
That got announced for the same London card.
I mean, which card are y'all? I think there was another one we were just saying that just here when we were just talking. There was another card that just got announced or just a fight, but between Leon, Volkanovski and Islam. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
So Volkanovski and Islam, Leon Usman 2, Jones versus Cyril Gane. What's the most? Is it just Jones is the most hype? I assume. You think everybody's gonna be this fight probably overshadows all those other fights, right?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. The Islam fight's gonna be good for sure.
I'm kind of geeked for that fight. At first, I was like, but now that they've made it, I'm like, it's gonna be pretty good.
It's gonna be a good fight. I guarantee you, it's gonna be a good fight.
Is definitely Cheeto Vera and Corey Sandhagen. That's my sleeper card since all this shit got announced.
You said who?
That's next week, right?
Cheeto Vera and Sandhagen. Nah, the next week's fight is actually Glover. And,
yeah. Jamaya.
Oh man.
Jamal. Damn it, Jamaya.
Jamaya Hill.
Jamal. How's that racist? They have similar names.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Jamal Hill. Jamaya Hall.
Yeah, the card that oh man, can talk about some heavyweights some light heavyweights that really talk their way out of this card. But this is hilarious to see this match being made. But I'm excited for
Moreno.
No, what?
Moreno. Wait, what? Oh,
no, I'm saying what the fuck for something else.
I was saying for Ian. I was explaining to him which I'm talking about the light heavyweight division. There was a lot of light heavyweights who talked their way out of getting that fight. But it's funny to see Glover and Jamal.
Glover?
Yeah, about getting that title fight because it's it's not an interim. It's just a vacant title fight, so it's a title fight, and it's just funny. It could have been between a lot of different other fighters, but fighters who just aren't promising enough. And I know they've also had other fights. Of course, Darnell will always point out, well, it's about timing and who's available and et cetera, and 100%. But between the guys who just fought. Who was that? Where I won? Where's my belt? I won this fight. That guy who's I don't think he fights for the UFC anymore. Yeah, Ankalaev, and then of course you got what's his name, Blachowicz, and then I forget and then there's this third person in the picture, and it's those three guys are just dumb and not sellable, and they really talk their fucking way out of being able to get this shot, and now you got Dana and Jamal instead, or Dana and Jamal. Wow. Glover and Jamal instead. It's two bald guys. I literally looked over, saw a bald head, and I was like, "It's Dana." So
clearly, that's Dana.
This card's gonna be hyped, though. I think
was off the sauce.
I'm really, really excited for this fight. This card. I think Shogun. This is his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. He announced he's gonna retire.
His
after
old
this.
ass needs to sit down.
He looks so old in this picture in the matchup. He looks so old.
It's funny that they put Johnny Walker on this card too. He got bodied by Jamal.
Even you know what's funny is that man just sells himself.
And then Paul Craig is the reason Jamal lost that one fight. the fight that kind of blew him up because his arm got dislocated.
Oh, that's right.
That's hilarious that the three of them are on this card.
This card's gonna be insane. But in your
Yeah,
boy
it's gonna
Neil Magny, this is gonna be I think hopefully I hope I'm not biting myself in the ass with this. Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny, that's got to be like fight of the night. Gilbert Burns comes and puts the bricks, and he's gonna make Neil Magny fight to like who we've seen Neil Magny at his best, and he's a badass. He's one of the best, but sometimes he can come and not really fight that way. But I think Gilbert Burns can really push him to make like a really big performance.
Well, he probably will. I just find it weird that Gilbert has to keep fighting down.
Why does
like nobody wants to fucking fight him?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and could you blame them?
I mean, no, but also, bitch,
man's a
you want
small
title
tank.
Fight?
Yeah.
Do you want
right.
a title fight? No,
Yeah.
you don't want a title fight. All right, bet.
What a crazy
Cool, whatever, bro.
number matching though. Number 5 versus number 12 for Gilbert Burns and Magny. Interesting. Why did yeah? Never mind. I'm bailing on that joke, but yeah, I'm. Let's see. Anything in the see? This is what I've been talking about. This is also what I was saying. So you got ESPN, ABC, prelims, right? So that's an ESPN Plus. You can watch that on
the
ESPN
fuck?
Plus.
They put Terrence on the early prelims. Wow.
Terrence.
What the fuck?
You say like Terrence McKinney. Oof.
Why? How did he even get thrown down there? What the fuck?
And
we can get rid of that first fucking prelim card, prelim fight, and just switch that. Niggas know who Terrence McKinney is. Oh my! I'm disappointed in this card now.
The phrase you said is very true, and the exact words that you said. I'm not going to say it, but what you said is very true. They do know who he is, and Ian, can you you're fast and googly right now? Can you tell me, did Terrence McKinney win his last fight or not, or win his last 2 fights? I need to know if he won his last 2 fights or not to justify.
No, he lost to Drew Dober. Drew Dober fight was it was a late.
He lost in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his next fight, he won by submission in the second or the first round.
Makes sense then. Terrence McKinney, he's a cool guy, he's a great guy and all, but he was on Yo MMA Rap, but and then he lost after that. So what are you gonna do? He's got to work his way back up.
Yo MMA Rap.
Shouts out. Can I point out again, like I said,
they did that to him. That's why he lost.
Yeah, it's the curse. Actually, it's why they actually don't have guests anymore on the podcast. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, they specifically kept having fighters on, and then they would lose after their interview. They had one guy who won. It's funny though. So they have Fight Pass early prelims, and then fucking ESPN Plus prelims, and then of course the ESPN Plus card. So it's like, I don't understand this. Why not? Why do you have everything so goddamn separated?
And you have to buy the pay-per-view.
It is a pay-per-view. Holy shit, it's UFC 283. Wow.
So that's like
horrible.
At least $30 a month.
Great.
Plus having to buy a fucking pay-per-view. It's wild.
Great fights and great cards.
Dana's
horrible pay structure.
Nah, it ain't Dana. I don't blame Dana.
It's the mouse.
ESPN.
I blame the mouse.
Mickey's
it still creeps me out that they have the majority shares of ESPN. That creeps me out more than anything when I found that out a couple years ago. Before ESPN Plus came out, I was like, wait, why the fuck?
Disney owns like a ridiculous amount of
I know that,
right?
but like ESPN was the one where I was like, wait a minute, the fuck are y'all doing?
Like, there's a conspiracy that Disney could take over the world.
No, I mean, yeah, the timeline's already been made, and they've been following it pretty well for the most part. They bought Fox. They need to just buy all the other studios.
Do you guys have an opinion on the Dana White slap thing? Both the slap on his... Ian's so quick to... She had a verse, bro. Let me tell you another thing. She's an aggressive.
She's an aggressive bitch. I'll tell you that too. He's so quick.
If Aaliyah slaps me over an argument, you goddamn guarantee I'm
I
not gonna
imagine.
I'm not gonna Dana her, but like she's gonna get smacked.
I imagine right now, like I didn't know that we don't know Aaliyah's there, and she just comes in with like a flying Superman punch and just gets. you just see Call of Duty punches to the side of the screen. You don't see it's off camera. Whop. It's so funny. Yeah, no. I was gonna say I want opinions on the slaps between him and his wife, and then also your guys' opinion on the slap series that he seems so excited about.
I mean,
I was looking forward to the slaps until he slapped his wife, and I was like, "You fucked up, my guy."
Dude threw like a big overhand right slap, like he wound up for that.
She did come at him. This is true. She did come at him, but
yeah, she slapped and then punched him. He pushed her and then was like, boom.
I was hearing a theory. It was literally just a comics theory of like what they think was going on, and I kind of agree with it. I think that she caught him doing something, like she like saw something in his phone or found out some shit or something like that she didn't like.
Dick.
Him was freaking out, and then she like was losing control and like going at him because he was probably like, I don't know. But that makes sense. I mean, like that would make a lot of sense for her to like freak out like that. I couldn't imagine just like a random freak out, and then like that turning into that.
He had to have been doing something. Like he must have been like they had to have been like arguing beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he straight up said, yeah, alcohol was involved, and obviously that's when shit really flies. When motherfuckers are drunk, nothing is held back. It's just hands. Once it gets to that point.
Slaps. I slap you. I slap.
Yeah, as soon as the video came out, I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, you know what? He's the face of a company. He's literally not going to have any backlash from this. Like, no one's going to do anything.
It didn't look good, though, seeing that video that got posted of him saying, like, it's you don't come back from hitting a woman in the UFC. Like, did not look good.
Ariel Helwani, like, came at him, like, the same week, too.
Yeah.
Asking him the same question he asked him apparently 6 years ago, and it's just like, this motherfucker's been waiting.
At the end of the day, everybody has to admit, like, we can't be adults, like, we can't be adult Santa with Dana. Like, we have to understand that he is a bad guy. He is a Vince McMahon. Like, I understand he does good things for the company and shit like that. He ain't no Vince. Okay, let me say. Okay,
as bad as Vince.
Let me say that. Okay, I retract. I take back.
We've seen him on camera at that.
You're right. That was probably too bad of it. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, it's he's done great things. He does great things and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. Just not a good guy anymore. He's like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, I like the things that he does do. So, he's just a good guy. I don't want to pay attention. I'm like, no, he does some low down shit, bro. Like, he can't. He's not cool. He was evading.
That's kind of why I don't.
He was evading the mafia or the Boston mob when.
Nah, that's understandable though. Them motherfuckers come after you. You gotta leave.
Shaking them down.
You're dying.
But what was he doing? But what was he doing to get for them to come out?
No, he was running a gym and he wouldn't pay up. That's all it was.
They wanted to pay like protection or whatever, right? They were like,
and then he didn't pay, so then they came after him, and then I think they like found his mom's address, obviously, and he's like, all right, I'm out. Fuck it.
I'm out of here.
Went to Vegas. Never went back to Boston.
Why do you think he's so excited to do this slap series? Like, I don't like for how much he. Again, I guess it
was. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, I guess it's you can't really trust everything he says, but I was just gonna say he says all the time like how he's an advocate for, CTE and brain trauma and how he doesn't want anybody to have it. But yeah, he's gonna promote a big series under his name that literally just has people knocking each other the fuck out, like strictly.
Yeah. My thing with it was one of those moments where a big corporation was kind of lagging behind on the trends. Because, like, it kind of, like, the whole, like, we'd seen the slap fights before got kind of, like, professional, like, in the beginning of the pandemic. That's when we first saw it. And then slowly but surely, like, they started getting, like, sponsors and everything like that. And then this is just that moment where bigger corporation comes in and like, oh, we're doing it too. But at this point, it's like we kind of don't give a shit. Like the hype, the initial hype of it is gone, and now it just has its core fan base. So only people who've been like legitimately been watching for like the past 3 years are gonna like be actually tuned into it. But also they fucked up by putting it on TV. They could have just slapped that on ESPN Plus
Yeah.
What are you
and
talking
been
about?
fine.
The Dana White slap series, like the slap knockout thing.
Oh my god.
I've never liked any of it from the beginning. Like when it was like when it started up and all that shit, I was like, I'm not a fan. I don't like it.
It's
I
pretty
think it's
fucked.
silly.
The only time it's entertaining is when it's two drunk dudes.
That's pretty
That's it.
hilarious. Yeah.
That's it. Two drunk guys who are like, yeah, fucking. Like, but to actually be like, because I saw like a promotion for this guy who's like undefeated and like he was hyping himself up like, I want to be a martyr for the sport to show that like this is what it's like to be a man and like all this shit, and I'm like, dude,
Oh no.
if you stepped in a boxing ring, you would get fucking
Yeah.
murdered.
So frustrating about that.
Where
They
do you
they're-
think that just slapping somebody is a sport?
Yeah, they think
The
they're men
fuck
because
outta
they can
here.
take big giant slaps to the face, and I'm like, I mean, I guess that makes you headstrong, but not really, bro. Like you're also dying.
Makes you hard headed. Makes you stupid.
Yeah.
I can't find it right now, but I didn't find it. It was just posted earlier today. This dude slap competition. He was slapped so hard, like the side where he got slapped was completely swelled up, like handprints,
Yeah.
like scratches, like blood. And then he takes another terrible fucking slap, but he's complaining about clubbing. And it's like, bitch, the whole side of your face is not
Yeah.
like the other side right now. What do you just? And I'm like,
Yeah.
doctor stoppage, please.
What are we talking about here? Yeah.
Because worst comes worst, he gets a fucking hematoma and it starts up, but you don't see it because it's already swelling. And then he slaps that motherfucker, and then you got a dead body.
Jesus. Get my man.
You got a dead body.
Get my
on
man a
camera.
cold steak or some fucking frozen peas or something. Jesus.
Hit him with the classic.
Somebody get this man a beer.
Yeah. Let me pull up some of these videos, and we got one video to discuss, and then we got the fight videos to go over. So let me pull those up real quick. You boys ready to watch some fights?
Funny internet videos.
Woo! I want to remind everybody that everything we watch here is for educational purposes and to analyze in a street fight sense, break down what somebody could do in these senses and react accordingly. And of course, as Ian, what do we tell them?
They're okay. YouTube, they're okay.
Everybody's okay. Everybody's fine. So Joe Schilling, one of the greatest American kickboxer. I mean, you know, the guy, got into it with a guy at a bar. I mean, it would almost seem staged. Like it almost seems like it's out of nowhere. And I kind of think it is with the way that like the guy's just already recording. But of course, everything, you know, you've seen this maybe
He's
not.
recording this asshole being an asshole.
True.
Yeah, that's exactly why he was recording. Joe just happened to be there.
Could you imagine like recording some dude who's just okay? Before we talk about it anymore, let's just watch the video. And there is no sound on anything that we have, and that's perfect. So let's see right here what we get.
He's clearly talking loud.
Yeah, there is music that plays in the background of this. It's a very loud club. He's just talking. It looks like he's about to eye this waiter down.
Yeah.
And Joe Schilling moves him, and you just don't. Oh, I mean,
Arms spread apart. He's out of there.
I mean,
You can see he raised his hand to him. Like he acted
No,
like he was like,
yeah,
"I want to
yep,
punch
yep,
you," and
yep.
then Joe Schilling was like, "Okay, well, boom."
and it's like, why would
Protection.
you do that to a guy who, like, at one point Joe Schilling's back was to this guy, and it says like inner cage fighter or something like that on the back of his shirt. Like he's in some club where he's dressed fancily, and Joe Schilling's got shorts on, like sports shoes, like some type of like athletic wear, and then he's got a shirt that says inner cage warrior or something. He's like,
Hold on. Let's play it.
Like you can see
Always
he's
on.
ready.
This guy. Yeah, this guy's like,
He's like,
oh,
arm wrestling? No way, bro. Oh, I boxed before.
bro, I've done the slap series. I slap this guy right here. Oh, you got a problem, buddy? I'll slap you. Just like, what'd you say? Oh my god, insane. A lesson from that is to.
What is that?
We'll see.
Watching car crashes?
I just want to say the lesson is to like, I don't know. If you think you're that guy, then be that guy. But like, otherwise, be smart and don't try to fight every
strike
single
first.
dude. The lesson is strike first. Yeah, no mercy. Sweep the leg.
That's all you got at that situation.
Yeah, that's all on him. He's drunk. He thought he was just gonna punk some random dude out in public, but that random dude.
Hey, because he was
got
like,
Push Joe
kickboxing
Schilling.
champ.
he was like, I'll fucking punch you, bro. And
Yeah,
then Joe
he-
Schilling was like,
He
oh.
was like,
I mean,
He's
Like, I
yeah,
feel as
no.
if like he hit him twice, and
Do
then
you
he was
think-
like, "Oh no!"
do you think Joe Schilling went a little overboard, knowing like who Joe Schilling is? Do you think that like he could have maybe done something a little different?
No,
No,
I
that's
think his
on him.
instinct kicked in.
that's on the guy. You're in a public setting.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just decide you want to try to punk any and everybody, drunk
Yeah.
or sober, bro. Like, you can't really just take that chance anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, because he was eyeing that waiter for like no. That waiter was like, and
Yeah, he was like-
you guys need anything else? And the guy was like, whoa, what's up, bro? He caught Joe Schilling's eyes. All right. Let's see what we got here.
And well, Joe Schilling also kind of like bumped into him a little bit.
No, he moved him out of the way. He didn't bump into him. He
No, yeah,
literally like kind of
Put his hand on him.
side.
And was like, excuse
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
because he kind of
That's
stepped
even
in front of him.
worse.
Yeah,
If
he
someone
stepped
did
in
that to
front
me
of
at a
him.
bar, oh yeah, I would be like, I'm gonna cause an altercation here. There's gonna be a problem. You're not gonna like move me. You could be like, hey buddy, can I get through? That's fine. But if you
would do
go,
that to people. You would do that to somebody. You would literally.
me?
Yes.
No.
Yes, if you were at a
No.
bar trying to get by and
No.
there was some drunk asshole doing a dance thing and he was getting in your way, you would put your hand on him and you would go like, oh, excuse me. You would still be polite. You'd be like, excuse me, which is what Joe Schilling probably did too. Or he probably said, watch out or something like that.
I'd be
You
like,
would do
the fuck?
that. You would be like,
Move,
Samba,
bitch,
bro.
get out the way.
You'd throw him into an armbar right away. Yeah,
I
just don't
think
do that.
he won that case too, because I think the dude was suing him
Oh,
and he
of
lost
course
that
he did.
case.
I mean, do you see
And
what he's
it's just
wearing? Of
like-
course he sued him.
Yeah, naturally. Do you know who my father is?
but at the same time, like,
I
Joe
will race you
was like,
down
yeah,
this
whatever, bro.
mountain for the ski resort.
Joe Schilling's like, tempting, but we'll just go to court instead.
Tempting. Bum, bum. Or actually, bum, bum.
Let's see. This is an older video, but
Oh,
This
I
is
love
a-
this video.
this is a
I sent it
lesson.
to my dad.
Everything is a lesson. Yeah, as you should. You should send around to people. Here's a lesson
Drink and
on
drive.
what not to do. Just in general, just don't do this ever. And then we'll talk fight wise afterwards.
I thought that dog was about to get fucking murdered.
Oh, yeah. See, terrifying.
And this is the proper way to handle this situation.
100%. Because you would think, again, to the naked eye, you want to blame the car. Boom! And that was a perfectly executed Superman punch. Boom! Look,
Fuck
perfect
you.
stance.
Why are
Yep.
you crossing this highway?
I
He-
didn't blame the guy driving at all. As soon as I saw the dog wasn't on a leash, I was like, "Oh, this guy's a fuck."
Yeah, of course. Like how crazy can you be to do that? And it
That
walks away
other
like a
person
real
who
G.
got hit, like he's like, why did I get hit?
What did I do? think what's funny is I think the two people who got hit were females, and I think he just like left the male
Oh
alone.
no! Those two were dudes. The middle one who got spared was definitely a girl. There's no way in hell.
Let's see.
No, that looks like a
Person
chick.
dumbly walking again, full on traffic, and then thinks that the dog just speeds across, and like they're not even. I think they're mad at the car. I think this guy.
They probably were for a second.
The sprint is real, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
he
anger.
fucking-
That was pure hate right there.
Mike, mic'd up
dark side,
NFL
man.
running. Woo! All day, baby. That's what you get for letting your dog run loose like that out in traffic, almost killing him. It's a long mic'd up thing, but you know it would still get put in.
Oh yeah. No, it's just. You think you love dogs? Do you love dogs this much?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Ooh,
Oof, good point, Ian.
I he's justified.
He's fine. He's justified, and everybody's fine, including that dog.
Yeah, they got up and walked away. They were fine. They just got fucking
It was
smacked.
slippery because of the snow. This is hot off the trails of a lot of things. Of an episode we've had, off of like recent and throwing hands. We've watched videos of this. We have a kangaroo fight via Darnell, and I want to watch it and then point out a couple different things.
Take out a kangaroo. I don't think you can.
Okay, but listen, we're gonna watch this, and the video you've put in has made a lot of points.
I put this in our Discord. Shoutouts, SuperSour Discord, and said, "See, even this fucking old guy."
Look at this.
See,
good find, Ian. You found this then? Look at this.
yeah, I put this on the Discord way long ago.
Yeah, so
Like right after the argument.
he runs. Yeah, so he's running away from him, which I mean, he's doesn't want any of it. That's fine. But then he picks up a stick. He's fighting him off with like a stick, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
He's holding him off. Yeah, he grabs
See how
the arm.
this,
He gets
like-
wrist control on the kangaroo.
This like
Look at that.
70-year-old man is like, even though he fell and like all of this, he's still successfully fighting off this
100%.
kangaroo.
But
I don't think you can.
and I gotta.
We are much younger than
I don't
this
think you can do
man.
it, bro.
I mean,
Oh
and
my
again,
God.
I can't
You're
point out to
fucking
you guys enough
ridiculous.
about how impressed I am with the wrist control he gets on him.
Yeah,
He
he
grabs
that kangaroo and
then,
drives him to the ground.
and he realizes in that moment, unlike Darnell wants to admit, that the kangaroo ain't got nothing in his arms. It's nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. No, my thing is, I don't think Ian can take out a kangaroo.
Well, why Ian, he's
Because I'm absolutely
That's so
challenging him.
wild.
That's the
Get
only
me a
reason
kangaroo.
why.
Get me a kangaroo.
Unfortunately, we
We're
can't take
fighting.
Ian to any zoos or Busch Gardens because Busch Gardens Ian's gonna hop the barrier and be like,
Oh.
"What's up?" He start elbow dropping, fucking. He's gonna start doing all
Take
kinds of
over.
WWE moves and stuff. He's gonna switch over. He's gonna be like power bomb.
And then I'm gonna be the Florida man assaults 5 kangaroos at Busch Gardens. Joseph,
That
Oh,
was
there you go.
fucking terrible, bro. That would be terrible. Yeah, I just don't think Ian can do it.
I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Hey,
you
that's
mean?
fine, bro. What's that gonna get you in life? Nothing.
But you can beat up a kangaroo, ergo I could beat up a
Oh.
kangaroo.
I
You don't
never
know
said
where
I
to get
could do that. Whoa, I am staying far away from those fuckers.
I just don't understand why there's been so much proof in your face right there, and you can't accept that. I mean, kangaroos are definitely easily beatable by a human man, any human man.
I just don't think Ian can do it. Just Ian.
Uh,
I'm not
you're-
saying anybody else. I'm literally
I
just
fucking
calling
hate
Ian
you,
out
'cause
on
you're
it.
just
You're just
this.
doing it.
fucking
You're
get a
doing it to
rise
be a
out of
troll.
me.
Ian's fan. If there's any fan out there that can get Ian like a modded UFC where he fights you know what, Ian, actually just go. Where's the game that there's a Tekken, right? Old Tekken, I think
You
it
gotta
is.
get Tekken.
Yeah.
I think
Where you
Tekken
fight a
6 is
kangaroo.
the last
where you can fight the
game
kangaroo. Yeah.
Rogers in. Because they took him out of Tekken, I think 7 and 8, which is whack.
Yeah, you would know
That's what I
that.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fucking
play fighting
kangaroo.
games.
Are you a kangaroo?
He's a kangaroo.
Maybe.
Fucking kangaroo.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Perhaps we're done with this episode. Perhaps we've reached the end. We've watched the fights, we've talked about everything, and we've had a grand old time.
Perhaps.
Weird.
It was good hanging
Weird,
out with you
weird.
guys again. It was fun.
Perhaps.
You guys ready to start doing this on the habitual again, on the regular? Start talking some shit?
Perhaps.
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 Oh no, of course. I'm super pipe. Piped.
Another year,
I'm super
another year of
piped.
throwing hands. We're gonna get we're sitting now, like, we started throwing hands so late in the year, and now we got a whole year of it. We're gonna get through.
Oh, last
We're already
year.
on episode like what 20 something of throwing hands. We're about to-
300.
I think we're in the 20s.
Yeah, we're about to start breaking. We're gonna get SuperSour's gonna start breaking more like higher episode numbers. We're getting there, fam. We got it. You guys already know what to do. Check out the show notes down below for all kinds of things. But we like to promote Twitch as always. Twitch.tv/SuperSourGames, and follow us on all social media, SuperSourjir. Please make sure you follow, tie-dye up the buttons, hit that tie-dye, that like button, subscribe, and share out to other people that would like this. because we know people do. Darnell, you know you like to plug that Twitch, and do you have a YouTube yet? You got to get that YouTube, man.
Oh yeah, I've been at a YouTube. I just don't know if my URL was like my actual name on there.
I think it is. I think your URL is just always youtube.com/the URL. So but you got the same thing for everything.
No, because I know Blanks for a fact is actually taken, so I'm
By who?
using it. Like Blanks underscore, like the same way I use it. Somebody else has
Oh.
it, and
boy.
they have a couple thousand subscribers. But I just changed it to Snuggy Blanks. It's the same Blanks with the underscore at the end, but just with Snuggy.
Snuggy
Shorten your
Blinks.
name to Snuggy.
Gotcha. I like that. I like Snuggy Blinks.
I like Snuggy. Just shorten it to Snuggy.
No, I like
I
Snuggy
could.
Blinks. I think that's tight. And Ian's going. He's gonna get there.
I'm doing stuff.
Heck yeah! Woo! Again, thanks boys for being here. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You got your
Cheers.
friend touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls was hot.
Damn, my last subscriber was 2019.